6326359. In this video, I would like to explain about the tourism in Palau country. Many island countries rely heavily on tourism as a source of revenue. Tourism resources are frequently exploited without constraint in the increasingly competitive global market, necessitating the inclusion of sustainable tourism as a major agenda item for tourism management and development. Palau, an island republic which is the 13th world's smallest country, it is well known for the spectacular beauty of its 340 islands, which serve as a tourist attraction in the South Pacific. Palau has the rare distinction of being one of only 6 countries in the world to be designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site that safeguards its ecosystem and thanks to the abundance of its natural resources. Palau is one of the most forward-thinking nations when it comes to environmental issues. It was the first country in the world to vote for a nuclear veto in 1979, and it was the first national shark sanctuary in 2009. Palau also signed the declaration at the European Union's Our Ocean 2017 conference with the goal of inspiring a new generation of leaders, entrepreneurs, scientists, and civil society to develop solutions and take action to promote sustainably managed oceans, and reaffirming their commitment to working together to save corals and the life of the many people who rely on them. Palau provides beautiful beaches, magnificent islands, and a paradisaic setting in what has quickly become a sought after high-end resort with a steady increase in visitors over time. We move to tourism development in Palau. On the outskirts of Palau, a 400-room resort complex is currently under construction on a slope that descends down to a mangrove region. For more than a decade, a far larger expansion with over 1,000 rooms has been in the works. This would essentially be a resort town with hotels, condos, restaurants, and a private artificial beach. The new road will make locations that are currently exclusively accessible by off-road vehicles more accessible. Thousands of people currently residing in Coral are projected to return to the villages and establish homes, as well as new tourist-related developments in previously undeveloped areas. As the market economy expands, the demand for foreign labor grows as well. Palau's delicate ecosystem is already under stress as a result of this development. As runoff rises, women are seeing greater siltation in their taro patches. Fishermen are reporting a drop in the volume of their catches as well as the size of the fish. Increased algae growth due to sewage outflows has disrupted the environment of coral spot area, thereby eliminating these traditional fishing grounds for gleaning. Palauans are aware that their rapid development in recent years is beginning to have substantial environmental implications, yet their reactions vary. Next is tourism practices in Palau. The present COVID-19 problem has taught us anything. It is that we need to improve our country's resilience to external threats, which is the most serious of which is climate change. Palau is endowed with some of the world's most pristine natural resources, which have been passed down through generations and entrusted to us for future generations. We must aggressively safeguard them while simultaneously investing in our people. Palau believes that in the new era of travel, sustainable tourism is the only way ahead, and that our destination can and must be carbon neutral. Palau is especially vulnerable to the effects of climate change because to its valuable marine resources, tiny size, and reliance on tourism. The country's marine ecosystem, coastal people, and vital tourism economy are all threatened by rising sea temperatures. Despite providing the main source of subsistence for its population, the large-scale tourism sector is also responsible for a percentage of its carbon emissions and risk to local heritage monuments, as is the regrettable case with many fragile vacation destinations. The tourism sector, as it is, will always have inevitable carbon emissions from things like transportation and outdoor activities. Becoming carbon conscious does not end with reducing carbon emissions. Palau has compensated by creating an online carbon management tool for its guests. Tourists will be able to quantify their personal carbon footprint associated with their trip, and offsetting possibilities will be available that align with the country's marine conservation and environmental restoration aims. According to Sustainable Travel International, the platform has the potential to collect more than 1 million each year for carbon reduction projects. Then, sustainability of Palau. Tourism brings a rising tide of economic progress to Palau, and land is a boat that few Palauan own. Given that tourism is first and foremost a globalization agent in a capitalist system, my degree program attempted to investigate how tourism may be adapted in destinations that rely on it economically but are looking for better long-term social and environmental answers. Tourism that is sustainable is good to local people's livelihoods as well as the protection of life on our planet. What is going on in Palau is not dissimilar to what is going on in other areas of the globe. All boats will be lifted by a rising tide, a metaphor to express the aims of corporate globalization, goes the widespread belief. One prevalent criticism of tourism is that it is a kind of neocolonialism and economic imperialism because international firms participate in it. Small island developing countries receive 4 times more foreign direct investment per capita than any other developing country, according to empirical research. Foreign firms and governments have this power, which allows them to define and dictate the country's development and politics. In conclusion, Palau has already embarked on a path from which it will be impossible to return. Palau's economy will never be a subsistence economy again, and a return to the old ways is unthinkable. The majority of Palauans nowadays have only a rudimentary understanding of the traditional belief system. However, in a culture steeped in environmental care and awareness, a basic desire to ensure that the ecosystem is not destroyed continues. Even if the old system has remained, they would not have been sufficient to address some of the current difficulties in Palau. The creation of a new strategy that combines ancient wisdom with Western science could be a useful instrument for dealing with today's environmental issues. However, the clock has been ticking for some time, and the main concern is whether Palau will be able to bring growth in line with sustainable environmental standards before its resources are depleted. That's all for me.